Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome back to another Empires and Puzzles video. And in this video, we are testing out the new level 90 Ludwig. If you're getting frustrated with Empires and Puzzles, let me just say that Gemstone Legends probably has the things you're looking for. They have a mercy system that guarantees a legendary hero after a certain amount of pulls, and we're not just talking about a weak legendary hero from a pre-selected list. They have a wish list that you can put any hero in the game on to boost your chances of pulling that specific hero. They take into account player feedback, and many of the changes that have gone live in the game were based on player feedback or were player suggestions to begin with. They're even going to give you a free $50 starter bonus just for downloading from one of the links in the description. If the earlier stuff somehow wasn't enough, you can be a hero in wars even just using rare heroes only. They have tons of events that allow you to earn free 10 pulls and other very usable high value stuff. Gemstone Legends really has a lot going for it, so come check it out if you're curious to see why tens of thousands of people have left Empires and Puzzles to come play. So I think he's the top of a lot of people's lists for who to do this second limit break on. They gave everyone in the game one set of resources, assuming you have the lesser resources needed, but 10 alpha ethers were given. And there are really two types of people, I think. The people who are just going to pick something and go with it immediately, and the people who are going to think about it longer, because at this point, those are the rarest resources in the game. Imagine if you only had enough ascension materials to level up one hero, right? Of any color. You would probably want to think about it. But some people, and I think the game conditions people to do this, just want to jump on the strongest kind of bandwagon thing while it's there. But then if it gets nerfed, they are left worse off for it. So doing a little bit better in some wars and raids for a couple weeks, but then the hero getting nerfed, I think, is not a great decision. So what's going on here? The stats are insane. We're up to almost 1200 defense with almost 2000 HP, which is massive. That is going to make perhaps even a 2-tile difference in terms of killing a tank like this with tile damage. What's more is at the start of each battle, this hero gets taunt that prevents special skills on allies for 4 turns. So without having to do anything, 4-turn taunt to start off the match. My question is, how much does that matter? How often within 4 turns of starting are you even able to use a special skill? And how often within 4 turns of starting do you need to use a special skill? So even if you have very fast heroes on your team, it's still going to take, as far as I can think, a minimum of 2 turns before you have anything ready to go. Okay, so maybe more like 3 turns, and then what's the difference of waiting one more turn? I think this is going to be a much bigger deal in rush attack, where things just move faster, where you will absolutely need a dispeller. One question I have is, but I think I know the answer. The family bonus here. Heroes become, the second part. 35 or 50% chance to make a cast buff undispellable. Is this a cast buff? I don't think it is, because it's not from a special skill. It's kind of like a passive ability connected to the limit break. And just a quick tangent here. Can you imagine what the third limit break is going to be like if this is what the second limit break is like? All right, so at the core, we still have a slow hero, a fantastic slow hero. I really do enjoy Ludwig a lot for the unique buffs that he gives. But is this going to make or break him? We'll find out. So we'll count how many turns it takes to get something going here. He's in an interesting spot, which in this reverse formation, I think that's plain and simply a bad spot for a slow hero. And we've got a second slow hero here. Mostly healers. So yeah, if Ludwig gets going, he will cause problems, but I think I'm going to go... This is my immediate threat that I'm concerned about, and I think I'm going to go with a blue team here. So I will do a separate video giving some kind of base recommendations on these second limit breaks. Without a doubt, there are some of the ether abilities that are better than others, especially considering the format the hero will likely be used in. So if you're interested in that, I highly recommend waiting just a little bit. There's no reason to jump out there immediately and use these things. There's really no reason. So stay tuned for a video giving my recommendations on perhaps where to use some of these things, or at least my thoughts around it. So if you're interested in that, keep your eye out. So second limit break Ludwig. Let's see what he's like, and we'll count how many turns it takes for me to actually get something going. But he used to be 6 turns, and that was nerfed to 4. And I honestly think outside of Rush, that's really not a big deal. There's something that just sounds overpowered about, like, wow, a slow hero gets 4 turns of taunt without doing anything. But he gets it at a point in the match where it doesn't really do much. All right, there's 1 turn. Two turns, I've got nothing going on. Alright, we've got a little healing, that's all. So what does he have, 1 turn left? Yeah, so I have 1 special. And look, you know, most of these heroes are only halfway charged, so I could absolutely wait 1 more turn if I had something big that was ready to go. So we'll test it again. You know my style. I don't like to just do 1 time through and then say, here's what's going on. Alright, so I believe that is cleansable heal block. Put some better defense up. So yeah, the real problem here is pretty much every other hero, just because I can't get anything going right now. Which, you know, really this just goes to show how slow of a start it can be in a match. Even matches that you can still win at, so... And now Ludwig is actually almost ready to go off. And we are still way behind trying to get some offense going here. Okay, this is when it becomes a problem. And that's just his regular ability, so nothing above and beyond here. Luckily, we can bypass taunt. Probably, I can say probably should have waited to kill some Lady of the Lake minions, but I think then we would run the risk of not having our specials charged anymore. Our specials. So yeah, where do I see Ludwig being a significant problem? In freaking Rush Attack, because in Rush Attack 4 turns is a long time. So yeah, in Rush Attack 4 turns is a long time. That just means you need to have a Dispeller. So I think the people who are attacking strongest in Rush Attack are using 3-1-1 teams, where they have 3 teams that can kill a side or kill an entire team, and they have 2 kind of counter heroes. Not many people are bringing healers because typically the match is over before you even need to think about healing. Or if you're at a point where you need to heal, you've probably lost already. So yeah, those people can probably work Dispellers into the 3 heroes that can kill a team or a side. But for many people, that's going to be a problem. And just a little sneak peek on my thoughts of other limit breaks. Alfreich, in addition to the massive stat boost, gets damage reduction at the very beginning. So trying to kill her with tiles, trying to kill her with specials. I forget how many turns it is, but that is problematic. So it's going to shift things around. Yeah. All right. So I think we can run this back one more time. Maybe I'll try a different team. Do I want to do that? I don't think I do want to do that. This is... Oh, we don't have a refill. Let's see. Do I really need to do this again? I guess for fun, we'll try... No, because even this team, which has 2 very fast heroes, I almost never use them on the first charge. So a situation where Ludwig on defense with this taunt, I think this is more valuable than running the match back, actually. A situation where Ludwig on defense with the second limit break would actually be a problem is when there are other impactful, very fast heroes that you kind of can't let fire. This is almost one of those, but the things that you'd want to fire before this are protective and not offensive. But yeah. What? So I can't really think. Honestly, I can't think of a situation where this taunt is going to matter except for rush attack. Let me know if you disagree or if you're thinking of something that I'm not, because that's certainly possible. But like, what's another very fast? I suppose another. No, even this wouldn't make sense. I was thinking the blue ninja that does potentially a very fast taunt, but then you just have taunt again, and you already have taunt, so that's not really a problem. Yeah, I think this is a bit too soon to say something so kind of harsh, but I think this 4-turn taunt is largely pointless to happen at the start of the battle. I think, and again, let me know if you think I'm wrong. This is my invitation for corrections if people think they have them, but I think this is almost pointless except for rush attack because not much happens within 4 turns of the battle. You know, like we talked about, minimum takes 2 turns, and you can certainly wait 2 more turns because rarely is someone going to be charged enough where that's an issue. I suppose, actually, now that I'm thinking about it out loud, hopefully this doesn't sound rambling to you. To me, this is unpacking this as an issue, which is the whole point of this video. But putting Ludwig in an actual central location, either on the left or right of this formation, or ideally in the center of the standard formation, that can cause a problem because now he's going from 4-turn taunt to 6-turn taunt. So if you were able to get something charged on your team, you know, some sort of offensive thing within 4 turns, which is certainly possible, by that 3rd turn where you might want to wait for taunt to wear off, he could be 1 turn away from firing the 6-turn taunt with the buffs that he gives. So that's the best use case. That was not highlighted in this formation, which I think was the biggest mistake because this is the most pointless usage you can have for him. You want him to be gaining mana, right? So I'm not going to say pointless, but he needs to be a tank. He needs to be central. And I wish that I could test out because I wish I could test that out because that is something that people are going to encounter in wars, and that is, I think, where he's most dangerous. So let me know if you have any thoughts above and beyond that, if there's things that I'm not thinking of, if you agree or disagree, if you think it's too strong, should be nerfed, if you think that they should go back to the 6-turn taunt because 4-turn doesn't make much of a difference. Let me know all those thoughts in the comments. This is the biggest thing happening in the game right now, and I want to know what people think about it. That's what I think about it. Please hit that like button and subscribe if you enjoyed the video and you haven't clicked those buttons already. Yeah, I really appreciate the support, and hopefully you appreciate the content. So, win-win situation. Let's support each other. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.